What is up, my friends? What is up, my friends? Oh boy. So gotta fix it here for you guys and girls. I used Slick Gorilla Light Work, which is like light clay. Very, very nice, my friends. Okay, so before we get into it, make sure to like the stream. Follow me on Party. Follow me on Kick at On the Air with more. Let's get to 100 on my Kick. Let's get to 1,000 here. Fuck 500. Fuck 500. Let's get to 1,000 here. My Rumble. Go follow my Rumble. We are almost to 1,000. So as soon as I get to 1,000 here and on Rumble, I will do news and brews. Okay, I'm gonna have a beer. Go over some news. You can have a beer too, my friends. Make sure you're 21 years of age. Okay, because I do not promote underage drinking. It will fuck up your life. Okay, my friends. So yeah, like the stream. Tell me, who did you vote for? So who did you vote for here in California? But first, we're gonna start off with madness in Bakersfield. Okay, this is crazy. Credit to Bakersfield now. FBI neutralizes man in bomb threat at Chase Building in Bakersfield. 10 hostages rescued. So here's a photo of the perp, the now dead perp. So he was with the army, but he was dishonorably discharged. He was only with the military for about a year. So it says here that 41-year-old Anthony Scott Searles Harris shot and killed him. So here's a little bit of the timeline. Credit to Bakersfield now. Blakemore, which is the assistant chief of police. Blakemore said on Tuesday, June 2nd at 12:59 p.m. The department began receiving calls of a suspect in possession of an explosive device who had entered the Chase Bank building on 17th Street in downtown Bakersfield. Excuse me. Police said that as the situation unfolded, the responding personnel and dispatchers confirmed that the man had barricaded himself on the second floor of the building and had taken several hostages. The suspect advised that he had explosives on him and that the personnel could see as well. According to police said the suspect told law enforcement that explosives were attached on some of the hostages. Police said it was confirmed based on their observations. So it says here that 10 hostages involved were confirmed to be employees of the Kern County Superintendent of Schools on the second floor of the Chase Bank building. Blakemore said numerous employees and patrons left the building during the suspect's takeover. Evacuations in the surrounding areas were conducted to minimize safety concerns to the community. So it goes on to say, so it said that Bakersfield police said during the negotiations process, they were able to secure the release of two hostages, the first at 3:59 p.m. and the second at 8:24 p.m. That's a long time. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit to to 9:02 p.m. 9:02. Fast forward to 9:02 p.m., which is when the FBI then assumed operation control. So it says here that, quote, this has been a horrific event, end quote, said Sid Patel, special agent of the Sacramento Federal Bureau of Investigation Field Office. Patel said on Tuesday at around 1:30 p.m. they received a call for assistance from the Bakersfield Police Department in response to the bomb threat at the Chase Bank building. So we're going to fast forward. Fast forward just a bit. So it goes on to say Patel said SWAT teams from Sacramento and Los Angeles responded as well. Crisis negotiations teams were called. The FBI bomb techs from Sacramento, LA, and San Francisco responded as well. Multiple resources at the scene, as well as a lot of resources. So we're going to fast forward to so let's see, we're going to move on to around 2 a.m. Well, excuse me. So it says here that around 9 p.m. So it says that 9 p.m. is when the the FBI squad officially took over the crisis site. So then it said that it was then transitioned to the hostage team at around 2 a.m. The FBI said on Wednesday morning at around 4:30 a.m. the hostage team neutralized the suspect. So the FBI said the entry was made after conversations through the door. Patel said testing was being made on the explosives. Quote, we were able to conclude at this point of time that they were not a concern to us, end quote. All 10 hostages were rescued. So at around 4:30 a.m., that is when the FBI hostage team neutralized the suspect. Craziness in Bakersfield, man. But it also goes on to say that the suspect was also a sex offender. Yeah, crazy stuff in Bakersfield, man. Put W Bakersfield Police, put W SWAT, put W FBI SWAT in the comment section below. Okay, so now just some Iran news real quick. So it appears that Lebanon and Israel have come to terms on a ceasefire. Excuse me. So if you do not know, so one of the main talking points in reopening the strait is so so Iran wants Israel to lay off Lebanon. So one of the main deal breakers during the whole peace talks with the U.S. was during those peace talks, Israel kept bombing Lebanon. Okay, so that really pissed off Trump. So it's like I told you guys, where he basically said and told Netanyahu, you know, what the fuck are you doing? So if that's real, we don't know, but that is pretty telling when it comes to what the U.S. is trying to do, because you know for a fact that they want out. Okay, they know what a disaster this is. So as far as boots on the ground, that's not going to happen because Trump knows how disastrous that would be. Trump knows, in my opinion, he knows what a big mistake this whole war was. Correct. So now he's pretty much handcuffed. So the only way to finally pull out, pause. The only way to finally pull out is letting Iran agree to a peace deal, because Trump, the U.S., you know for a fact that he's not going to say, okay, I made a mistake. Okay, gas prices, whatever it is, I'm going to pull out for the betterment of my countrymen, of my American citizens. You know he's not going to do that. So one big talking point is Israel laying off Lebanon. So if this ceasefire does indeed hold, that will give a nice time frame for Iran and the U.S. to make a deal on reopening the strait, because that's like the first phase. Okay, reopening the Strait of Jarmus, Jarmus, I just call it that. That is the first phase. Then the final phase would be a actual structured plan to completely take away Iran's nuclear enrichment. Okay, so yeah, so it appears that Israel and Lebanon has come to an agreement in in letting a ceasefire take place. So we shall see what happens there. So it is Thursday. For some reason, I think that strike is going to take place this weekend. I don't know why, but I just have that feeling. So that's all I got for you guys in this one. So that being said, make sure to follow my party on Air with Mark. My kick is on the Air with Mark. Sub to my Substack at on the Air with Mark. My Rumble is on the Air with Mark. Like the stream. Let me know, who did you vote for. What is your biggest concern for this country, wherever you are. My UK brothers and sisters, there are protests going on there over Milwaukee. So I will probably do a live stream as soon as the official police report gets released because I checked and it's not released yet. So protests are taking place there. So I want to hear from my UK brothers and sisters. What is going on there? What is the vibe there? Okay. So that being said, thank you for tuning in to a Thursday edition of On the Air with Mark Live.